Nobody was directed by Lloyd and I hope I said your name correctly. And this film stars Bob Odenkirk, the RZA, Christopher Lloyd and Connie Nielsen. Nobody tells the story of an average nobody called Hutch, played by Bob Odenkirk, who seems to live a normal, boring existence. From the opening sequence, we see this guy just wake up, go to work, take his kids to school, and this is the routine for him. But we realise that there's more to Hutch than meets the eye. This man has a secret past, and one day when he's on a bus, he sees a woman getting harassed by a group of thugs. We see Hutch display a lethal array of self-defense skills, beating the living daylights out of these people and putting them in hospital. And we discover that one of the people is actually related to a drug lord, and this drug lord wants revenge on the person that has hurt his relative. As always, guys, thank you for supporting this channel. Please, if you're new to this channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. I want you to hit that alarm bell as well so you can get notifications when my video is going to be uploaded, and give this video a like as well. If the premise of Hutch seems familiar to you, it is. There's nothing original about this film at all. We've seen it done with John Wick, we've seen it done with The Equalizer, we've seen it done with Taken. This film could have easily been a cheap ripoff. But Nobody isn't. When I went to the cinema to see this movie, I was pleasantly surprised. Because it was the unique casting of Bob Odenkirk in the lead role, coupled with some brilliant action set pieces and bone-crunching fight choreography that made this film stand out. From the opening sequence, the way that this movie is set up, it was ingenious. And it makes you think, okay, this movie is going to be about one thing, but then it turns into something completely different. We see our hero, Hutch, just living a boring life. Like I said in the opening sequence, he takes his kids to school, he goes to work, does the same thing over and over again. And in one sequence of the film, when his home is burgled, he doesn't fight back. And you would have thought that would have been a catalyst for him to be a vigilante, but then we realize that there's so much more to this character. We realize that he used to work for the CIA, and when we see how his skills are unveiled and the level of expertise that he has. But more important than that, Nobody, unlike The Equalizer and the John Wick films, has some really dark comedic moments in this movie that are delivered in a dry manner by Bob Odenkirk. And the standout star for this movie for me was Bob Odenkirk. Bob Odenkirk hasn't done action before. We know him for Breaking Bad. He's a brilliant character actor who's in such films as The Post, The Kominsky Method. He's done a lot of TV work and a lot of dramas, but he has not tackled the action genre. And he handled it in an impressive manner. And when someone is known for a particular genre, and then they try to step over and do something else, it doesn't usually work. But Bob Odenkirk pulled it off. What I liked about his character was that his character doesn't set out to be a hero. And it was the least expected thing that you would have thought, because Bob Odenkirk, he makes his character vulnerable. And there were lines in the movie that just made you think, okay, this guy doesn't want to be a hero at all. He says something like, I don't even know if the beast is actually alive in me anymore. Because this guy could take people down in a day, but because he's been living a quiet life, he doesn't anymore. And I think the difference between Nobody and The Equalizer, and such films as John Wick as well, is the fact that with The Equalizer, you know that Denzel doesn't play just an average character. He plays a character that can do something. And we saw that in The Equalizer, where he takes out the Russian mobsters in the bar. And we saw Keanu Reeves do that in John Wick as well. So when we see Bob Odenkirk display that same level of whoop-ass, it was like, okay, really? I wasn't expecting that from Bob Odenkirk at all. And that is what makes the movie so special. You can feel the thumbprint of John Wick all over Nobody. David Kolstad, who wrote the John Wick films, also wrote Nobody. David Leitch, who is a brilliant fight choreographer and stuntman as well, who was responsible for directing the John Wick films, was an executive producer on Nobody as well. So his creative input in staging the fight sequences, you can feel it all over this film. And the fight sequences, they are brutal, they are bone-crunching, and they are thoroughly entertaining. And it is filmed in the same way that the John Wick fight sequences were, which was widescreen, fast-paced, very frantic, and no music. And David Leitch, who worked his magic on John Wick and Atomic Blonde, works his magic with the fight sequences in this film also. Another element in this film is the visceral and brilliant direction of Lloyd and directed a very innovative movie many years ago called Hardcore Henry. And it was filmed in the same way as a first-person shooter video game. But he takes a step back from that. And it's not as fast and as frantic as Hardcore Henry is, but it is still entertaining. With great car chases, great fight sequences, and brilliant shootouts. In addition to Bob Odenkirk, this film is rounded up by an excellent cast of unexpected actors who would be the last person you would cast in such a role, but pull it off. We've got the RZA, who plays Hutch's right-hand man when they were both in the service together. Christopher Lloyd as the father, I was like, wow. We know him for Doc in the Back to the Future films and a lot of like slapstick comedy roles, but here he busts his caps. He shoots up a whole lot of people and he pulls it off well. And it was such a revelation to see Christopher Lloyd be cast in such a role like this. Because again, just like Bob Odenkirk, you know these guys for one particular role, but they step in and do something completely different. There are avenues within Nobody which haven't been explored as yet, i.e. the relationship with his wife, played by Connie Nielsen. And there were a lot of unanswered questions in Nobody, which leads me as an audience member to think that there will be some type of sequel along the way. And if there is, bring it on. Because I had a blast watching this movie. I highly suggest that you watch it. Because this was an excellent film and a very pleasant surprise for me. And Bob Odenkirk as an action star blew me away. And apologies because I saw this movie so long ago, but because of work commitments, I was unable to do a review for it. So I'm doing a review now and there'll be more reviews coming. So this was a thoroughly entertaining film, one that I enjoyed and one that I'll be getting on DVD when it comes out. So I'll give this one a very strong 8 out of 10. So guys, that's my review. As always, thank you for watching. Please keep on watching because there's going to be more reviews coming. Hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. Hit the alarm bell as well so you can get notifications when my video is going to be uploaded. Give this video a like as well. Leave your comment with whether you've seen Nobody and what do you think about it. Leave your comment below and I shall see you all on the next film review.